Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into the channel. We are going to smoke some pork butts today for our Kentucky Derby party tomorrow. For those who are in Kentucky and Louisville, you know what a big deal it is for the Kentucky Derby. We always have a big party here, lots of people, lots of good food. I've already put a brisket in the smoker. There will be a video for how I do briskets as well. But now we are going to show you how I do my pork butts in the smoker to make some amazing pulled pork sandwiches. This pork butt is actually a 2-pack that we got from Costco. And first thing we need to do is to get it out of this cryo pack.
Is Costco the best place to get the meat that you prefer to work with, or?
It is, in my opinion, Costco is the best for the money. We could probably do better at a butcher or ordering online. There's an online meat shop that is amazing. It's called Snake River Farms, and they sell what some people say is the best meat in the world. They sell to restaurants. They sell just to regular consumers like us online. They have some high quality stuff. I want to eventually order like some Wagyu steaks and maybe even a Wagyu brisket from them and try that. But their meat's supposed to be just unbelievable. They even make amazing hot dogs. So anyway, so first thing we want to do is dry this thing off best we can, and paper towels works just fine for that. You don't have to get it completely dry, but it comes out of that pack, it's a little bit slimy, so you just want to dry them off. Now this is 2 separate pork butts, and for those of you who don't know, it doesn't actually come from the cow's butt. It comes from the cow's shoulder. They are called pork butts. I read the story. It was in Boston, and it had something to do with the containers that they shipped them in. And that's how they became known as Boston butts, because they were shipped out of Boston in some type of container that they called a butt. I don't know. So how I do mine is give them a nice coat of just classic yellow mustard. This is French's. You can use any cheap mustard you want. You will never taste the mustard in the pork. We are just strictly using it so as a binder to hold the spice rub on. That's all it's going to do. I promise you, you will not taste it ever. And this mustard, it's a lot cheaper than using olive oil or vegetable oil or something like that. You just want to make sure you get a good generous amount on it. You don't have to go crazy. Like I said, you're just trying to get your rub to stick to it. These are 2 7.5 pound pork butts. So roughly 15 pounds together. These 15 pounds you can figure gonna feed probably 45 people, depending on how big they load up their sandwiches. All right, so now I got my mustard on there. I'm gonna trim this little piece off. This is my little trash kitchen knife, not a sharp one, so don't judge me. All right, that little piece hanging off there wasn't going to do anything but burn. So this is my favorite pork rub for anything. It's called Honey Hog, and it's from a company called Meat Church. The owner of that, Matt Pittman, he's from Tennessee, but he lives in Texas and does barbecue competitions and has an actual store that sells Meat Church. You can get it at Amazon, and you can now get it at Academy. I have 4 or 5 of his rubs. They're all really good. This Honey Hog is the best I have found for pork. And I load it up with a lot. It's a sweet rub. Very sweet rub. It's great on pork chops. pork tenderloin. I'm going to put it on some wings tomorrow that we're going to cook out on my Weber kettle. We're going to do some hot and fast wings that are going to be amazing. But it's a great rub. I have tried many different rubs over the years. I've made my own, and you know, you can do really good making your own and you can save some money, but the problem is, to save some money, you have to buy it in bulk. And a lot of you people probably don't know this, but spices do go bad. They do expire. So it's really not that beneficial to buy in bulk, because you're just not going to use it all before it goes bad. Now these will go on the smoker at 225, and I'm going to take them to 165 degrees in the thickest part. Once I get there, then I'm going to put them in a foil pan, and I'm going to put some brown sugar on top and some pats of butter, and then I'm going to put some foil over top of it and put it back in the smoker for the rest of the cook. Total, these two are probably going to take 12 hours, 15 hours maybe, and then they will be ready. If you're ever cooking pork or brisket or something like that and they get done way too soon and you're not ready to eat yet, it's not a big deal. You can wrap them in foil and then wrap them in a couple like beach towels or bath towels and put them in a cooler. And I've had pork butts and brisket sit in a cooler for 8 hours wrapped in foil and towels, and took them out and they were still too hot to touch. So don't worry if they get done way too fast, because it's not a problem. Let me get my big spatula and we will be ready to get these on the smoker. All right, now we're out here at the smoker. As you can see, we've already got a brisket on. It's only been on about 10 minutes, so it doesn't have any good color yet. We're going to put this guy right here. We're going to put this guy right beside it. And then we're going to plug our probes in. So as you can see, this thing has wires running all over the place. So I've got these two wires are the probes that are in the brisket, and the smoker will send me Wi-Fi signals and tell me the temperature. And then I've got these two probes in here, and they're just maintaining and reporting the temperature of the actual smoker. And then I've got one probe in each of the pork butts. So a lot of wires everywhere. But now we will wait till probably 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll check and see if they're at 165 degrees. If they are, then we'll take them off, put them in the foil pan with some brown sugar and butter and probably some more rub, and then we'll cover it in foil and put it back on the smoker. Hopefully these finish about the same time as the brisket tomorrow. I'm shooting to have them both done by about 12 o'clock. That way I can wrap them up and put them in the cooler and let them rest for about an hour or two before we serve lunch for the derby party. Thank you so much, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have some video of this stuff coming off. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been about 8-9 hours since we put these pork butts on, so we're going to go ahead and check them and get them put in the foil pans with some butter and brown sugar and more of the rub, and then covered in foil and put back in here. Oh yeah. These are looking really good. Got a good bark on them. good color. So we're going to go ahead and that one off. Now we're just going to put some butter on it and just in the pan. What's going to happen is this butter's going to melt along with the juices inside this pork butt. Go melt down into that pan, and then when just can't get a piece of steak right there. And then when we get ready to pull this thing, we will take those juices and mix them in with the pulled pork to make it extra juicy. Alright, so just going to throw some brown sugar on here.
That's light brown sugar?
That is light brown sugar.
Can you use dark or?
You can use dark. We looked yesterday and the only difference is how much molasses is in there. So put a little bit more rub on. Now these will go back on. They'll probably be another 5 or 6 hours till we'll start checking them for, I look for about 203 degrees internal temperature. And that's when you know they're good and done. But I also will stick that probe, that temperature probe, in and out in a bunch of different places. And if it goes in and out like a toothpick in a cake, no resistance, then you know they're good and tender and ready to pull. All right, for those of you can see, here's the brisket that we've done. That's a separate video. So if you haven't watched that one yet, make sure you check that one out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and close this and maybe go back to bed. I don't know. So we'll see you guys in a little while. Thanks. butts out, get them pulled, and then we'll get on the brisket.
That looks really good.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just tears apart. Look at it.
I'm looking.
I mean, look at it.
How's it taste? That's the question.
I don't know.
Where's our envelope?
Let's see. Here you go. All right, well, let's see it take a taste. It's a little bit hot. Come here, Watson. Come here, man. We're going to get you on film.
Man, that is excellent.
I haven't even added anything to it yet.
Oh my, that's really good.
Now we got a second one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this one looks even better. This one looks even better.
It's really good.
Oh yeah. All right, now let me get this one glove off.
Need some assistance?
Pull my sleeve down, Cam. Camera, everybody.
You mean up?
That too.
Yeah.
Glad you didn't do what he asked you to do.
All right, now we add more rub. And mix it up some more.
What's the name of that there rub?
The name of that there rub is Honey Hog by a company called Meat Church. And it's my favorite for pork. It's good on pork chops, pork butts, bacon, pork tenderloins.
There you go.
All right, now get a taste with that on there. Come on, get in here. Come here, Watson.
Does Margaret get some?
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Margaret don't want to be on camera. Come on,
Poor
get in there.
Margaret.
Get in there.
she got bark.
Yeah, she got bark. She's special.
That is amazing.
Look, she's sharing.